Boxing King Media in association with the Riyadh season. We had live and direct from Riyadh and Spencer Fearon. It looks cold over there, but I can tell you it's blistering 40 degrees here. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm really good. I'm really good. Let me just say a massive shout out to Gym Nation at London Bridge. I've been down there working with the head um producer of Anton Capitals, who's a massive film production crew. So I've been working along with them. So I've got to give them a shout out because they open up the gym for me very, very early in the morning for me to train. This guy Sebastian Rayban, he's a big movie producer, so it's kind of cool.
Wicked. Nice shades, by the way. What are they? They're like for vision, color, or
They're a bit of both, but it's my my beloved Mrs. got them for me, so I'm grateful for that.
good stuff, man. I'll actually start with the breaking news that's just come out. Dubois Hergovich is going to be for an interim IBF world title, mainly because Usyk's injured, and apparently, from my understanding, the IBF can't strip him whilst he's medically injured. What do you make of that? Because it seems like they've announced the fight in December. Would it not just be right to just make it for the full title? Because they're going to strip him anyway, aren't they, after 45 days?
Yeah, possibly so, but you know what? It doesn't matter, and I keep on reverting back to um Lennox Lewis. What was that? November 13th of 1999. After beating Evander Holyfield, he ends up getting stripped of the WBA crown. Evander Holyfield ends up fighting John Ruiz for the vacant WBA crown, but nobody really cared because you looked at Lennox Lewis as being the undisputed champion. So I think it doesn't matter if they strip him of because he's the one that has the real lineage of being the undisputed champion. So it is what it is. Those things don't bother me. But it's an interim title anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Really and truly, we'd like to see Tyson Fury December 21st versus Usyk for the undisputed crown, but it doesn't make any difference because it is for the heavyweight championship. So we don't need to really be bothered about that. Oh, I mean, I'm happy for hopefully Daniel Dubois can pull this one off. It's not gonna be easy, but I got a feeling that he could pull this off.
Well, I'll start with that fight. How much of a chance do you give him? Because Felix Hergovich this week has been quite stone cold in his interviews, and he seems quite pissed off at the fact that it's not for the full title. Daniel's just been keeping it straight, fight mode. And I spoke to a few people, and everyone's just kind of saying it's even Francis Warren yesterday, and he said he's our fighter, but it's a genuine 50-50.
I would say it is, but it isn't. And I don't want to give away too much of the things. Like the flaws in Daniel Dubois, yeah, um, they've been quite evident, his flaws. But there's also flaws in Hergovich, right? Um, but and Hergovich is an out and out banger, right? He punches decently hard, he's fit, but you know what I mean? I think it's gonna be more down to the mental fortitude, who can toughen it out mentally will come out victorious. And if I was to go on that or by that basis, and I'm gonna say that Hergovich is gonna win the fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I want Daniel Dubois to come out. I want Daniel Dubois to come out victorious, you know. And I'm not gonna read too much into the Big Baby Miller victory. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm not gonna read too much into it. Simply because Big Baby Miller can't punch. Big Baby Miller is not as athletic as Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois can look really hot in there, but I would say it was good for the fact that everybody was saying like Daniel Dubois taking more knees than Black Lives Matter because he quit against Usyk and this and all the rest of it. And I'm gonna say also, before I was very adamant that that wasn't a low blow that he administered on him, right? And now it's all changed. As far as I'm concerned, it was a low blow. You know what I mean? Um, After watching it, studiously watching it over and over again, it was a low blow, but I'm not going anything by that. I don't really care. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
What about the fact that, well, I'm going to ask you to pick a winner because we're going to go through all five fights. One of the things I want to highlight is Philip Hergovich. The two names that stand out on his resume are Zhang and Dempsey McKean, and in both fights he struggled. And how much of a factor?
Yeah,
How much of a factor is that in this? Because the two names he struggled against both of them.
yeah. But what I'm going to say is this: within that fight, I also got to take into consideration that the fact that when he fought,
Zhang.
was it Zhang? His
Yeah, his
father
father
just
passed
died.
away. Yeah.
Okay. Now I know I've lost both parents. Now I know the mental baggage and the strain that carries on you when you lose a parent. So I'm gonna give him a little squeeze for that. But I know one thing I know is that Daniel Dubois has to be very careful. He's got to be very, very wary of the left hook by Hergovic. He's got to be very, very careful of that. But then at the same time, I've had one of my guys, my little nephew, go and spar with Daniel Dubois recently. And Daniel Dubois, now under the tutelage of Don Charles, is very, very quick. He's very fast now. I don't know what's happened, but it's like they put some oil on him because he's very, very loose now. He's not like a Tin Man no more. He's fast. He's not stiff. So it's going to be a good fight. But if I had to choose a winner, then I'm gonna go Daniel Dubois. I'm gonna go Daniel Dubois for the upset. Why not? He's British. Come on, man.
Knockout points.
Um, Now I want to say Daniel Dubois points, but you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go Daniel Dubois on points.
Interesting.
Maybe late stoppage.
Right, let's go. The next fight I'm going to speak to you about is Willie Hutchinson, Craig Richards. I know Craig's one of your guys. We had obviously had a bit of drama early in the week, which has kind of been hopefully put to bed last night on Twitter.
What was it? What was the drama? What was the drama?
Obviously there was an incident during the not media, was it a media workout? No, the Grand Arrivals. They were both backstage, back and forth towards each other. Willie basically in the middle of the exchange called Craig a bumbleclot, and then Craig responded by saying, do you know what that means? That's racist. You're a racist. I'm going to punch your head in for that. So obviously that was a incident, and then obviously they parted ways after that. Obviously we had the footage, and we was advised basically just leave that bit out, not to create any drama, etc. And obviously the video went out, clipped up.
I know you got murdered online saying that you're trying to cover up for a racist. I saw that.
Yes.
Right. And hence why this what happened. I don't want to bore people with it because like I'm really doing my best to try and be the olive branch to stop this racism. But people know me. Like when it's there, I can't help myself. But then also at the same time, I'm not turning and defending really Hutchinson. I've had so much negative inboxes saying like, nah, why are you sticking up for Willie Hutchins? He's a racist. You're a sellout to your black people. I think, what the me, of all people, what I stand on. But no, I got a phone call from Lady Shan, who she's got a very influential channel. She also dates Sugar Shane Mosley, right? So, and she sent like I got in from the gym. So I've got in from the gym, my time to get my nap. I get a phone call and it's like, Spence, Willie Hutchins called Craig Richards the N-word. Now I'm just about falling asleep now, right? So I'm like, what? I said, yeah, he called him she's like, I can just imagine it. It wasn't on FaceTime, but I can just imagine her snapping her head. Yeah, he called him the N-word. So I'm livid. So what did I do straight away? I phone you. I said, bro, what's this all about? You're saying, no. I said, well, did you lie to me? I'm not boxing me. We go way back, over a decade. He's like, I said, Spence, I swear to you, never said that. I swear to you. I said, prove it. He sends me the video. So he sends me the video, right? And it was longer than what a lot of people got. It was longer than that. You send me the video, and look at the video, and there was no racial slur in there. And more than anything, there weren't no N-word. And I'm not justifying Willie Hutchins' talk, but at the same time, like certain people, like Danny Wright, Craig's cousin, yeah, has been on me like, come on, Spence, you're one of our soldiers. So, and I say, I get it, but bro, I've got to be real. If I found it racist, then I'll be on it to say, yeah, you're racist. So then it's like, no, but the microorganism of racism is like from the constructs of racism is to be discriminating of someone's ethnicity and also of someone's race. But I don't believe in a race thing, because you know what I stand on, that we're all one race, the human race. So I'm not buying into that one, right? But I get it when someone's saying, I'm going to punch your dreadlocks off. Now I'm trying to show guys, listen to me. You're going up to battle. You're not meant to like your opponent. You're going to do whatever you can do to get under their skin. Now, if they're using certain, how can I say, like being non-descriptive with their racism, of their racism. If they're doing that, or if he's trying to do that, or that's what it's being deemed as, I don't condone that. It was of racism. There's bigger things in the world going on right now. I'm saying that Craig Richards needs to fuel that for himself to deal with Willie Hutchins. That's what you got to do, right? So I'm not here to say that Willie Hutchins isn't a racist. I'm saying what he just said was not racist. Now, I've been in this game a long time. So I've been around when James the girl's beloved mother has been racially abused and called a nigger lover because she's married to a black guy, right? And nobody ever talk about this thing, right? I've been around, and there's certain guys in the media who are now who's got that on film, but they will never release it, right? Because they're being protected, because they're saying, well, we don't want to ruffle the feathers. Now you have to understand this thing. When you understand this thing properly, then you say, okay, cool. I get how you could feel aggrieved by it, right? I get it. But this is the fight game. And are we going to say that we're going to be so that we're going to try and pick out, well, he's got to be racist or that? No, it's not for me to say, look, Craig, you may have been interpreted as being racist, right? I don't interpret it as being racist, but when I hear the backdrop of the story, I know there's little slight racial digs there. I know there is, but that's another story for another day. If we're talking about the fight, right? If we're talking about the fight, Craig Richards, he's a Clarendonian, and that means that his parents are from Clarendon in Jamaica, which is 462 square miles big. It's not a big place, because Jamaica by definition is what I think Jamaica's something like 4,442 square miles. I know this because everyone gets taught that when you go to school in Jamaica. There is something about Craig Richards that he needs to come into his own. I believe this fight is where Craig Richards comes into his own. Matter of fact, Craig on point, this fight could be a mismatch. I'm telling you this now. And I believe like Willie may be able to give him a run for a little bit, but then Craig is going to give him some bumper clout licks. That's what I believe.
So you'll be picking Craig Richards for the knockout?
I'm picking Craig Richards, yeah, because Craig is a very good puncher as well. He's a stiff puncher. I've got Craig Richards stopping Willie Hutchinson. And that's not because of any racial slurs that Willie has said from what he hasn't said. I don't know Willie, but what I do know is this. I'm not going to have anyone turn around and say that you're covering up someone from being racist. And you showed me that you justified that to me. And the reason why I'm trying to throw water on all this fire is simply because here is something fantastic going on in Saudi Arabia, right? Which is drawing so many people from around the world and the eyeballs on the world. I don't think things should be dampened by someone's other perception of somebody else being racist. I don't think it should be dampened.
Yeah.
And I think you're taken away from the fight. That's what I'm saying.
Obviously, whatever.
And I apologize. And I also apologize to any of the black people that thought that I was cooning, because you should know me better than that. I don't do that. And I don't do the butt dancing thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like I said to you, whatever Craig feels is everyone's own personal perception of how they feel about a situation, and that's not for anyone else to judge. But obviously, when you got people online making things up and saying he said this when he didn't say that,
thank you.
Unfortunately, there were some of the YouTube channels who shouldn't really have got involved until the full picture was pretty clear, and obviously Craig was asked questions when he didn't know the full picture.
Yeah.
So
I know. Well, the thing about this boxing media. Yeah, the thing about this boxing media, what I wasn't going to have, like I said, I've known you a long time. What I wasn't going to have is people saying that you are covering up for a racist, right? Because that's what you get what I'm trying to say. And I was saying, well, then show me the evidence. You showed me that, and it's not that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's not that.
if anyone knows the
Listen,
ethos of
end
our
of the day,
channel, that's one of the big things that we kind of
right.
push
Thank
on:
you.
diversity,
Thank you.
culture, and people from different backgrounds. We're here to help everyone. So the last thing we're going to do is cover something like that.
Thank you very much.
I mean,
And
if it
like,
was
this is
like,
my last thing. This is my last
yeah,
thing. My last thing on this topic, right? My last thing on this topic. I'm sorry, because you can chop and change all you want, right? If we used to go back, one of the greatest ever did was Sugar Ray Leonard, right? Sugar Ray Leonard fights Dave Boy Green. Dave Boy Green was an Englishman. Dave Boy Green was a very good fighter, former European champion, right? He fights Dave Boy Green. What was it? March of 1980. It was Leonard's first defense after beating Wilfred Benitez for the WBC World Welterweight crown. And I know Dave Boy Green. He's an absolutely lovely man, right? Dave Boy Green went up to Sugar Ray Leonard and said to him, "You are the N-word," right?
right.
Today, we flipped the page, because that was in 1980. So we flipped the page, some 44 years on. Sugar Ray Leonard and Sugar Ray Leonard, when he comes into the UK, he stays at Dave Boy Green's house. You know what I mean? I know things can be said in the heat of battle, because you're going up to fight someone, right? But anyway, Sugar Ray Leonard knocked him out viciously in the 4th round. The most vicious left hook I've ever seen. But I'm just saying, people say things, this is a boxing match. No, we shouldn't have racism in anything. But I'm just saying again to everyone, what Willie said wasn't racist, but it's not for me to turn to anybody else to say, because you deem it as being racist, that it's not. That's how you see it. But I've been on this earth a long time. So I didn't see it as racist. So we can move on now. Thank you.
Let's move on. So the next fight, I'll fly through these, Spencer. The next fight, Nick Paul, Raymond Ford. All week, people have been suggesting Raymond Ford's struggling at the weight. I understand he's made weight this morning. So just want to see if you can pick a winner for that one.
I've got Nick Paul winning that fight. Because I've heard about the struggling at the weight, and it's the wrong place to be struggling at the weight. You're in a hot country. Wrong bloody place to be struggling at the weight. So I've got Nick Paul. I like Nick Paul. Nick Paul should actually be the WBC world champion right now, because as far as I'm concerned, he won that fight. His last fight out was which has called it a draw, which was bullshit. So I've got him. I've got him late stoppage. Okay. That's what I've got.
Right, next fight. Funnily enough, Ammo Williams just walked past me. The weigh-in yesterday, Hamza Shiraz suggested that Ammo was crying during the face-off. He had tears coming down his eyes. And I know Eddie.
He's an emotional guy. You know that he's an emotional
Eddie
guy.
Hearn had a long chat with him backstage after the weigh-in. So I don't know what the situation is, but he's just walked past me. Looks pretty cool and calm. So yeah, big fight. Hamza is the team captain for Queensbury. How do you see that one going down?
You know what? It's a great fight. I like Ammo a lot. Spent some time with him when he came over to the UK when he boxed last year, April. He's a very good fighter. But I think Hamza Shiraz has to show that he's something special. He showed something special in his last fight out, but then we could say that it could have been a jaded Leon Williams. I don't care how jaded Leon Williams was, for you to go out and do that in the manner of how you did it, that's something special. So I'm not got Hamza big time on it, because I like Ammo a lot, and he can properly rock. He can have it. But I think, yeah, again, this fight is going to be down to mental fortitude. If it's down to that, then I think I slightly favor Hamza to come out successful. That's how I see it.
Okay.
And I think with him and the way he's punching as well, I think late stoppage for him.
Okay. Other fight I want to talk to you about is I'll go to the big one. Wilder Zhang. Everyone's split on the fight. Wilder saying he's got his killer instinct back, but he's still been fairly friendly in the interviews, talking deep and insightful. Looks a lot more muscular than he looked last time.
You got to think, everybody who's beaten Wilder, they've been boxers, right? The Tyson Fury fight, Tyson could box, but then he decided to slug with him, and he came out successful. Parker, they had a fantastic game plan, and he came out successful. I think the problem that's happened with Deontay Wilder is that he's really become this civilized human being now, right? So I would pick Zhang to win the fight, I would pick him to win, simply because Zhang can punch. Zhang's got very good amateur experience. Zhang does blow in the later rounds, but I think the worst thing in the world is to follow a puncher. Because George Foreman always say, never follow a puncher. As much as Deontay Wilder can punch.
Are you saying points or knockout?
Stoppage. I got stoppage win for Zhang. That's how I'm seeing it. But you know what? I hope I'm wrong, because Deontay Wilder's still a big name. But Deontay Wilder, I think he's not the same person. So therefore, I think those 3 fights with Tyson Fury's taken a lot out of him as well. I'm going for Zhang to win.
And the last one, did you say Hamza? Did you say Hamza on points or knockout?
I said Hamza. I'm going Hamza late stoppage.
Okay. The reason I'm asking is I'm just working out based on your prediction who wins. Based on your predictions, Queensbury win the $3 million that are on the table for the promoter.
Okay.
So
that's nice for them. They should give me 5%. How about that one?
Wicked. Spencer, that's it really. Appreciate your time. Yeah, we'll have a proper catch up after the event and see if your predictions.
Yeah. We'll see. But yeah, it seems like lots of people out there having a fantastic time. I think it's great that people are going going out to the kingdom. But yeah, I mean, I've got work commitments, so I can't go nowhere. But it is what it is. But I will be there December the 21st without a doubt.
Right, I'll see you soon, Spencer. Fearon, as always, appreciate your time. Thank you very much.